How you doing, me lovelies? You alright?
Very
good. Now I am going to be 35 soon and still bloody dyslexic. Now I looks good for my age, I know that. And if you want to know the secret, it's because I'm divorced, I'm single and happy. I'm also the winner! Come on! Hey! Now I am going to need a hell of a blowjob on my birthday to put out 53 candles. Can you still make a wish if you use a hairdryer? Reminds me of my brother's 6th birthday party. Mum told him to blow the candles out, unaware he had just taken a big mouthful of Smarties. All over the cake, the kids, everything and everywhere. And that is how my brother helped invent Dash. Now it can be rather confusing and interesting living with dyslexia, because I am never sure what I'm going to say or see. The other day I walked into a cafe and I asked for an LGBT sign. Fortunately, they gave me a BLT with a small pot of gravy. I went to a bank and saw a sign that said, "It's the bank that keeps you happy." Now, I am not entirely sure they were too happy with the small deposit I left them in the corner. But that was probably preferable to me using the hole in the wall system. But throughout COVID lockdown, I got rather confused with the rule of 6. Because I kept seeing and hearing it as the rule of sex. So I joined an adult dating site. And in the profile, I wrote I had a 51 centimetre long dick. I haven't got the legs for it like Dave has. And I got loads of requests for a dick pic. To which I replied, sorry for any inconvenience caused. It should have been 15 centimetres. That's 6 inches and over. But on the plus side, I did actually arrange to meet a couple of girls. I came across one in the park. She said that was a bit premature. Oh, come on, you must have seen that coming! So it's been 2 years since we were locked down. And it's been an interesting time for me, to say the least. To cut a very, very long story short, throughout the 303 lockdowns that we had, I got divorced, but still ended up living in the same house as my ex-wife. Don't do it. And we only just recently sold the house on the 3rd attempt. Due diligence by plenty of estate agents, don't fucking believe them. So we had some interesting conversations, to say the least. During one heated conversation, my ex-wife said to me, I was not a good husband. Fair enough. And I definitely was not a good ex. The hell is a good ex? I mean, am I supposed to give her more money? She's already got half of everything. Are we supposed to get back together again? You have got to be effing bloody joking. Or am I supposed to set her up with some other unsuspecting sod? Whatever it is, I haven't got a clue. As usual. Now, the worst thing for me during COVID, with the lockdowns, were lycra dicks on bikes. Because I would be out walking my 2 dogs, and if we saw or heard a bike, they were trained to stand behind me, stay safe, until the bikes are gone and they get a couple of treats. So I would get, shall we say, a little annoyed when Lycra Dicks didn't use their bells to warn me that they are coming. So I shout, "Where's your bell yet, dickhead? You know your BMWs or 4x4s now?" Well, my therapist always said it was good to get the anger out there. And on one occasion, I was in the park with one of the dogs. Admittedly, he was off the lead, but very close by me. And I Lycra Dick literally nearly ran me over. So I shouted, "Where is your bell, you fucking dickhead? You're not in your 4x4 or your BMW now." And he stopped, and he looked, and he came back. Now I am not sure if he was trying to intimidate me, but he was no Will Smith. And the gist of the conversation was, it is not the law that I have to have a bell on my bike, but it is the law that you have to control your dog and keep him on the lead at all times. So, well, mate, it may not be the law, but it's very common sense and courtesy to let me know that you're coming. Because I can control my dog if I know you're there. And he likes his treats, but he only gets his treats if he's a good boy. And as we were having our loud, energetic debate, a little old lady walked up. She was about 4'6", waving her walking stick. And she went, "I want to ride with you, young man. You nearly knocked me flying and gave me a heart attack. And he's right. It's only common sense. Not that I think you've got much, mind you, but you warn people that you're coming. If you don't have a bell, you should slow down and shout. Or do you want to kill out some old ladies?" Wow. Now I couldn't have put that better myself, because obviously I hadn't. So 2 weeks later, I'm back out in the park, walking the dog, and we hear a bell going, so we step out of the way, and his bike stops. And it's the same chap, and he said, "See, thanks very much, I got a bell." And I went, "Well done, mate." And I could not stop myself from saying, Would you like a treat for being such a good boy?" Now I want to clear something up, especially for you two. Divorce costs a fortune. And I don't just mean that you lose half of everything, including your pension and everything else you didn't even know you were entitled to. The solicitor fees themselves are astronomical. They are more than a plumber charges for a call-out fee. It cost me £12.50 to talk to my solicitor on the phone for 1 minute. £12.50. And 20 seconds of that was me being polite, asking how her weekend had been. It's £250 for them to write and send a letter. Now I know that the first class post has gone up, but that is just bloody ridiculous. Well, you know what they say? Money can't buy happiness, but it can pay for a divorce. Now I found out I have got a fart face the other day. I was in a pub, as you do, and one of my mates said to me, "You have got an expression like my 7-month-old grandson. Content with a smile when he fills up his nappy. Have you shat yourself?" And I hadn't. I had just farted. Not one of those deadly sort of silent ones where everybody gags and you're on a boat and you've got to get out or it is, and you empty the pub because you've got to blame the dog, because I've done that. And it wasn't one of those slightly wet ones that you sort of have to waddle to the toilet or the nearest one to take off your boxer shorts and chuck them in the bin. Because the last time I did that I was on the London Underground. Warning. chaps. Jellied eels and Guinness do not mix. Now this part was just me expelling some air so I can make room for more beer. Now all I've got to do is work out how to get my fart face to become my cum face. And with that, I'm going to leave you. So happy farting, and thanks for being there.